Advisors, chaperones, and delegates, welcome to the PACMUN closing ceremonies. My name is Isabella Wang, and I've had the privilege of serving as the Director General this year. When I was first hired over 6 months ago, I spent many nights thinking about the what-ifs. What if we couldn't hold the conference in person? What if the notepads didn't arrive on time? What if emails didn't get sent out? What if, what if, what if? But bit by bit, I watched as this entire secretariat grew out of the what-if attitude to the what's next mindset. They've taken any curveball thrown at them, making the best out of the situation to better the conference experience. So please know just how deeply just your presence and engagement with the Model UN community has touched each and every member of the Secretariat. Whether you're an advisor or a chaperone who stayed late for the first-time delegates, I would just like to thank everyone from the bottom of my heart. It is you who made this event possible. And lastly, I would like to thank our exceptional external team, from Harshita to the Undersecretary General of Conference, who made the delegate social as memorable as it was, to Henry, the USG of Finance, and Nicole, the USG of Delegate Affairs, who were able to efficiently check you all in and make Candygrams possible. And of course, I'm so grateful to our internal team. I know just how hard each and every member worked to make the committee experience as dynamic as it was. So I would now like to introduce Maya and Kellen, your co-chief of staffs, to speak more on the internal side of PACMUN 2021.
This is my NAIR.
And this is Kellen HOARD.
And we're the co-chiefs of staff of PACMUN 2021. Throughout high school, we've taken every major step in MUN together. When we first joined high school MUN, we went together every Wednesday to after-school training. At our first PACMUN together, our head delegate put us together in a meal group. We became co-presidents of our school club together, served as PACMUN Undersecretaries General together, and were selected as PACMUN 2021 co-chiefs of staff together.
The strong professional and personal connection we have built over these years together has, we feel, been a deeply beneficial one. It has allowed us to get along in situations we otherwise wouldn't, helped us enjoy MUN more, and most importantly, given us the strength to wait in those long, long mod pizza lines. In evaluating the history of our friendship and working relationship for this speech, we realized that so much of it wouldn't have happened without the unique, chaotic, deeply fun experience that is Model United Nations.
It was for that reason that we were so particularly thrilled to be selected for this position, or particularly this co-position, where we had the power to try to recreate the experiences for all of you that were so formative for all of us. Each year of PACMUN brings together hundreds of driven, intelligent, interesting people in an environment like no other.
Our goal for this year was to take those people, connect them together in just the right way, and facilitate an experience that was not only enjoyable and educational for you in the short term, but would also have long-lasting positive impacts. We hope that was the case. If it was, we are delighted to know that you learned something, gained something, and experienced something new. If it wasn't, that's totally fine too. One amazing part of MUN is that every conference is different, and it may be your next conference that is more impactful.
It's been our privilege to assist nearly 60 brilliant staffers in planning this conference, and while we did a lot of the logistical stuff, they were the ones who put in so much work to make your particular committee experience special. Please thank them if you get a chance.
Your DIS teams, that is spelled DAIS, are the glue that holds this conference together, and we personally appreciate them so much that we are giving them all a $1,000 gift card to Target. You get a gift card, you get a gift card.
No, not really, but beyond extrinsic rewards, staffing is truly a rewarding, enlightening, welcoming experience. If you want to be part of that community, part of that glue that holds the conference together, we cannot highly recommend it enough that you apply to become a staff member of PACMUN next year. It will be worth it.
Speaking of which, it is now time for us to introduce our Undersecretary Generals of Committees, who led their staff teams with responsibility and grace in the months leading up to this conference. First is MINA, who led our principal bodies this year. MINA is one of the most consistently high-performing people we have ever met. Not only does she excel at Model UN, including as president of Bellarmine MUN, she is also deeply involved with good causes and organizations. The energy she brings to any room she is in has boosted us through good times and rough ones, and we cannot thank her enough for her service, friendship, and effort in the course of planning this conference.
Next is Marjan Fateh, who's led our economic and social councils. Marjan is, in a word, stupendous. She's a leader, emotionally intelligent, and has consistently exceeded our expectations over the last months as a USG, a friend, and a Delegate Affairs executive member at Inglemoor High School, where we go to school and which is the best high school. Marjan knows how to get things done, and for that reason, we deeply appreciate her work on this conference.
Ivan Makop, who led our specialized committees, is a person we would have trouble describing to a stranger, in a good way, of course. His intelligence, recall, attention to detail, and approach to life are all deeply and beautifully awesome. If you ever need to know the speed limit on a road in Idaho or the hours of a Starbucks in Detroit, Ivan is your man. His unique set of talents were perfectly suited to his position at PACMUN, where he helped lead on a painstaking overhaul of specialized ROP, which will definitely remain for years to come. We cannot thank you enough, Ivan.
And Caleb Dempster always gets listed last, but his leadership of virtual committees went above and beyond. The entire concept of intentionally virtual committees to expand the reach of PACMUN was a new one, but one that he pioneered with excellence. Caleb occupied so many roles throughout the planning of this conference as USG, as media lead, and at one point as Director General of an entirely different MUN conference. His ability to multitask yet complete every project quickly and professionally is truly admirable. And thank you, Caleb, for your hard work and multi-talented contributions.
Once again, we hope that all of you have found something new and something exciting at PACMUN this year. It has been an absolute pleasure to work with you all, and that includes the delegates, staffers, and advisors in coming together for this iteration of PACMUN. Thank you.
And now we're going to pass it on to MINA NAIR, our USG of Principal Committees.
Greetings. My name is MINA NAIR, and I had the absolute privilege of serving as your PACMA 2021 Undersecretary General of Principal Bodies. Over the past year, I oversaw 4 of the most phenomenal committees, including the World Health Organization, United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, United Nations Human Rights Council, and the United Nations Security Council. These committees were exploding with a diverse set of topics, from the efficacy of government regulations within independent media to dealing with the insurgency in Maghreb. Words cannot describe how incredible the experience working with these exceptional, driven staffers and my fellow internal members have been, but I'll try. First, starting with my staffers. Thank you for ensuring collaboration with one another and displaying open-mindedness and creativity throughout the entire process. I know that you 12 have such bright futures, and I cannot thank you enough for making my job 100 times easier. Next, thank you to my internal family, Maya, Kellen, Marjan, Ivan, and Caleb. This journey, even though stressful at times, is especially special to me because I got to do it with you guys. This truly shows how the spirit of Model UN stays strong not only because of the debate and resolutions, but the relationships and connections. Also, thank you to Natalie for being an amazing Secretary General. Your positivity and encouragement helped all of Secretariat conquer obstacles together. Lastly, to the delegates, I've witnessed so many amazing diplomatic debate. So as we moved on to awards, please remember that awards are not everything. It is the experience that is principal. Now, I will be handing it off to my amazing directors.
Hello everyone, my name is Mahima Uliar, and I had the absolute honor of being the director for the World Health Organization this year, alongside my passionate chair Sam Robinson and the ever helpful and kind assistant director Lynn Tran. At PACMUN 2021, we tackled the dynamic and pressing issues of the ethics and advantages of genetic modification and the reporting of data and protection of participants in clinical trials. Despite WHO being a beginner committee, all 3 of us were so incredibly impressed by the well-researched and lively debate that occurred throughout the long committee sessions. Collaborative spirit and passionate speeches defined WHO 2021. Having the opportunity to see all the delegates grow and gain the confidence to stand up in front and command that microphone was absolutely amazing. From the literal hundreds of notes passed, shout out to our amazing FLUS staffer Emily, to the placement of Darman as the president of Russia, the WHO delegates were thorough, creative, and a boatload of fun. If I were to describe the WHO conference in one sentence, it would be, super well-researched delegates debate and collaborate. You'll never believe what happens next. Thank you so much to the WHO delegates and my fellow DIAS team for making my very last PACMUN an absolute wonderful experience. With that, let me announce our awards. I'm not exaggerating when I say that these were incredibly difficult to decide, and I want to reiterate that we are immensely proud of every single delegate in our committee. Without further delay, Best Position Paper goes to the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. Honorable mentions are the Democratic Republic of Congo and Venezuela. Our outstanding delegates are New Zealand and Belgium, and our best delegate is Brazil. Thank you very much.
Esteemed delegates, my name is Matthew Villalbamutis, and I've had the honor of serving as your UNHRC director with the wonderful girl boss Mark Manawis as your AD and the ever-graceful Delphine Casper as your chair. Over the last 2 days in UNHRC, you have deliberated and discussed the efficacy of governmental regulations within independent media and the rights of people with disabilities in the workplace. You've all progressed so much in debate, proving yourselves to be avid agents of change and making sure to cover all facets of the topics with a spirited use of subcommittees. From directive sending delegates to the wall to sussing out imposters among you in the crisis, I hope you made memories that will stick with you throughout your MUN career. With that being said, here are the awards. Know that this was a truly difficult deliberation to decide these, and not winning an award does not reflect poorly on you as a delegate. You all showed great determination and tenacity during debate. Here we go. Best Position Paper goes to India. The honorable mentions go to Denmark and Mexico. Outstanding Delegate goes to Pakistan. And last but not least, Best Delegate goes to the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland.
Hello, my name is Santoshi Pisupati, and I served as the director of PACMAN 2021's United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime Committee, alongside my totally tubular chair, Ira Varani, and my zesty AD, Katie Chang. In this committee, delegates passionately debated how to more effectively monitor transnational crime, passing 2 detailed resolutions with actionable solutions that I hope to see passed by the real UNODC someday, and drug treatment for incarcerated individuals, where the division of opinions contributed to the controversy, teamwork, leadership, and growth of each and every delegate in the room. The highlight of the conference, Evening Crisis, featured delegates working to solve the mystery of trafficked cultural property, and you can rest assured that Dora's backpack is safe and sound back in Acapulco, or maybe in my luggage. I guess we'll see. I want to thank every delegate who walked into this committee ready not just to debate, but to learn, grow, and have fun. I want to thank Katie and Ira for being so supportive through conference prep, and I want to thank Secretariat from the bottom of my heart for their willingness to give me so many chances and to watch me grow as a staffer and a person. As our superlative session showed, everyone deserves an award of their own, but there were exceptional delegates who stood out, exhibited growth, and supported others along the way, and we'd like to honor their contributions to our committee. So without further ado, the awards are as follows. Honorable mention goes to the delegate of Australia, Best Position Paper goes to the delegate of Pakistan, Honorable mention goes to the delegate of Iran, Outstanding Delegate goes to the delegate of the UK, and Best Delegate goes to the delegate of Japan. Thank you to each and every delegate for making my first experience as director magical and phenomenal. And I look forward to seeing you all as delegates in my future committees or staffers serving right beside me.
Hello, my name is Mason Ross, and I have the honor of being the director of United Nations Security Council. Alongside me are my wonderful chair, Cece Elliott, and my assistant director, Emily Moe. Over the course of the weekend, UNSC had the overwhelming responsibility of debating some of the most pressing threats to world peace, including the Syrian civil war and terrorism in the Maghreb. Despite more than a few being first-time delegates, finding themselves in an advanced committee, each and every one rose to the challenge. Their unwavering commitment to represent the interests and belief of their country was inspiring to watch. They consistently reached for a higher level of debate on all of the complexities of the issues they were presented with, whether it be accountability for foreign involvement in Syria or how the U.S. should be compensated for Moscow, Idaho seceding to Russia. Each delegate brought an attitude of collaboration and overwhelming amount of research. I am so proud of all that has been accomplished in our committee, and with that, I would like to give recognition to some delegates who performed especially stood out. Best Delegate goes to India. Outstanding Delegate goes to Mexico. Honorable mention goes to China, and Best Position Paper goes to Niger.
Hello everyone, my name is Marjan Fathi, and I've had the absolute pleasure of serving as the Undersecretary General of the Economic and Social Councils at PACMAN this year. Throughout the many months of preparation for this conference, working with 4 absolutely amazing committees, I can genuinely say that I have created some of the best memories of my MUN career. Not only have I had the opportunity to work alongside strangers who have turned into some of my closest friends, but I've also learned so much from my experiences with each and every committee I have led. Specifically, the European Union with the dais of Pauline Nam, Erica Ni, and Sophie Liu, the African Union with the dais of Isha Bangur, Eileen Chen, and Miraj Naki, La Comunidad de Estados Latinoamericanos y Caribeños, with the dais of Bernice Sampson, Sammy Molina, and Anna Nguyen. And lastly, the United Nations Permanent Forum on Indigenous Issues, with the dais team of Maya Dahlman, Niveli Shukla, and Chloe Mao. These staffers have consistently put in an amazing amount of effort to make sure the delegates had high-quality resources and support from pre-conference work all the way to during debate. I appreciate all of the hard work you all have put into preparing and executing this conference more than you know, and I know the delegates feel that same gratitude. I will now be passing it on to my directors.
Hello everyone, my name is Pauline Ngam and I've had the honor of serving as the Director of the European Union this year. Despite having no tables, delegates enthusiastically cheered on one another and engaged in productive debate while doing so. From planting alien conspiracies to interviewing an evil scientist, from discussing the political significance of IKEA to declaring war on Belgian waffles. The EU has become a little family over the course of these 2 days. The most sincere thanks to my amazing chair and assistant director. After months of Zoom, getting to meet you guys has made this Pac-Man experience. Sophie Liu and Erica Nee, I couldn't do this without you. From organizing party hats for crisis to mastering projector setup, thank you guys. I'm so incredibly proud of all of our delegates for the hours you have put into constructing an entire defense union and bettering the EU single market model. It truly took deliberation for us to come to a decision on awards, and please know that you have all made us the luckiest dais ever. Without further ado, the awards are as follows. Best Position Paper goes to Bulgaria. Honorable Mention to Sweden. The second honorable mention to Portugal. Outstanding Delegate to the Czech Republic. And Best Delegate to France. Thank you guys.
Good evening, delegates, advisors, and my fellow staff and secretariat. My name is Isha Bangur, and I've had the utmost honor of serving as the Director of the African Union. Alongside me are a dais team that I cannot thank more because they've become some of my best friends. Eileen, my very chaotic yet wonderful chair, who loves banging her gavel, and Miraj, my exquisite assistant director with his very devious adjectives. I couldn't have done my last Pac-Man without you guys. Over the past couple of days, the African Union has been busy discussing solutions to aid trade exploitation of African wildlife, along with reversing the impacts of assimilation from imperialism. From intercontinental aid to criminal lawmaking, the delegates have made immense progress every session and continue to surprise us with their intellectual contributions. During the crisis, we had a very confusing time playing a moderated game of Mafia to find out who stole Egyptians' relics. After passing about 100 directives, like implementing spy pigeons all over the continent, we ended the crisis on a very energetic note, resulting in the next day starting on a very sleepy note. I'm so proud of how hard and far this committee works, and thank you for making me threaten you guys only once with the phrase, if we exhaust the secondary speakers list, we will be forced to move into voting block with nothing to vote on. I'm so proud of each and every one of you, and while it is very difficult to narrow down awards, we want to give these delegates a special shout out for their extra hard work. That being said, the awards are as follows. Best Position Paper goes to Ghana. Our first honorable mention goes to Chad, and our second to Democratic Republic of Congo. Outstanding Delegate goes to Zimbabwe, and finally, our Best Delegate goes to Somalia. Congratulations to you all, and good luck on your future MUN journey.
Hi, my name is Bernice Sampson, and I had the honor of serving as the director of La Comunidad de Estados Latinoamericanos y Caribeños, with my zesty chair, Sammy Molina, and my sharp assistant director, Anna Nguyen. I was shaking with excitement about how delegates would handle this unique committee, uniting all of Latin America and the Caribbean, and they did not disappoint. The topics of fair elections and corporate child labor are tough, but this group handled it with such grace and diplomacy like I've never seen before. I could not ask for another group of delegates, and I'm so thankful for the amazing community experience that they curated. That being said, deciding awards was challenging with such strong delegates. Although after heavy consideration, the awards are as follows. Best Delegate is St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Outstanding Delegate, Suriname. Honorable Mention, Barbados. Honorable Mention, Bahamas. Best Position Paper, Venezuela.
Hello, I'm Maya Dahlman, and I had the utmost honor of serving as the director of the United Nations Permanent Forum on Indigenous Issues, alongside my watermelon sugary chair, Niveli Shukla, and my girl boss assistant director, Chloe Mao. As a specialized ECOSOC committee, I was initially worried about how delegates would be able to handle the challenge. However, after meeting some of the most bright and creative delegates within our circuit, I quickly realized I had absolutely nothing to worry about. Not only were our delegates able to debate the difficult issues of exploitation of natural resources on Indigenous land and addressing forced assimilation in Indigenous communities, but they were able to respect Indigenous communities with high amounts of respect and honor. We also had a spectacular crisis, culminating with the sponsorship and surprise visit from Kim Kardashian herself. I am extremely proud of all of our delegates, and I sincerely hope that they are all proud of what they have accomplished. With that being said, I am not exaggerating when I say the decision for awards was an incredibly difficult one. However, I won't keep you waiting, and the awards are as follows. Best position paper goes to Anne Neuergum. Honorable mention goes to Tove Sovendal Gaunt. Outstanding delegate goes to Dario Jose Mejida Montalvo. And best delegate goes to Simone Freddy Kondo Riveros.
My name is Ivan Maykov, and over the past 9 months, I had the pleasure of serving as the USG of Specialized Committees. Specialized Committees represent the best of what Pac-Man has to offer, from a half-dozen simultaneous revolutions in JCC to 100 submitted bills in Senate. Each committee has their own challenges. That being said, every single delegate, senator, judge, news organization, or revolutionary has wildly succeeded in their own right. You all have grown so much over the past 2 days. Even though we all had our challenges, every specialized staffer has shown their expertise, brilliantness, and experience throughout the conference. Whenever I thought something was going astray, a staffer was always there to fix the issue and move the committee forward. I'm so grateful for my internal family for all the undying support they've shown me, and I couldn't ask for anything more from my last high school Model UN experience. And with that, I'd like to introduce my incredible staff members.
Hey everyone, I am Xavier Nazal, the Director of the United States Senate, and I would like to say thank you for an amazing committee experience. This is my first time directing a committee, and I, no joke, I'm not exaggerating at all, could have not asked for a better dais team. Without Chair Liam Solon and Nash Rickert, this committee would have not been possible without their amazing expertise, creative thinking, and problem-solving skills. I would like to thank our impeccable assistant directors, Shreya Gautam and Caitlin Kim, who worked tirelessly on Chairman for hours on end, as well as the docket. I would also like to thank Ivan for saving the docket when we were switching in between party caucuses and subcommittees, and Mina and Maya for participating in our crisis session. I would like to thank our amazing delegates, which includes, but is definitely not limited to, Ted Cruz with his amazing patriotic speeches, John Tester with his many questions, which is much appreciated, and Richard Shelby for his intense Southern accent. Those are only a handful of examples, and if we could, we literally would give every single one of you an award. I'm not just saying that for the sake of saying that. We are now presenting the awards for this committee, but remember that these are only physical awards. The true award is knowledge, a great takeaway from your committee experience, which I believe all of you have gained. Without further ado, here are the awards as follows. Best Delegate goes to Joe Manchin. Outstanding Delegate goes to Cory Booker. Honorable Mentions goes to Roy Blunt and Chuck Schumer. And the Best Position Paper / Bills Award goes to Mitt Romney and Mazie Hirono. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Shreya Vashisht, and I had the absolute honor of serving as the Director of the International Court of Justice for Pac-Man 2021, alongside my exquisite chair, Harry Ganesh, and my stinkingly cool Assistant Director, Maya Loveland Highland. This weekend we debated 2 intricate and complicated cases, the Corfu Channel case between England and Aya de la Torre, and the Aya de la Torre case, from eating Judge Z during crisis to passing a judgment on one of the most complicated court cases in ICJ history. This committee was truly a riveting experience, and for that I have to thank my delegates. You made staffing an incredible experience, and I hope that if this was your first Pac-Man, it won't be your last. Each and every one of you has a lot of talent and potential to go far. You should all be incredibly proud of all that you've accomplished in just 2 days. However, there were a few delegates who stood out in particular. The award for Best Delegate goes to Judge Alpha. The award for Best Position Paper goes to Judge Kappa. And last but not least, the award for Honorable Mention goes to Judge Ida.
Hello, my name is Ron Dubinsky, and I had the glorious opportunity to serve as JCC's Joint Director for my last Pac-Man. Going into this committee, I knew that we would not be running a traditional JCC. None of this would be possible without the significant commitments of the staff, and I hope my team, Vasant Ramachandran, Kaylee Allen, Vikram Subramaniam, Emily Chu, Adi Agrawal, Thomas Paramo, Aditi Kandavili, and Shital Tandon, takes pride in what we've done here. Even more intensively, I hope that the delegates understand just how proud we are of their work in this all but usual committee, and how grateful we are for their passion, for their commitment, their 17-page directives, and their tolerance for our mistakes and technical setbacks. The revolutions of 1848 are by no means a simple topic, and I commend every attendee of this committee, be they British, French, German, Italian, Austrian, Hungarian, or Russian. status quo, or revolutionary, for their amazing work. With that being said, I'd like to hand it over to my block directors.
Hello everyone, my name is Vikram Subramaniam and I had the honor of serving as the director for JCC Block 1, a committee people choose for a nice, calm, stress-free environment, of course. Throughout the last 2 days, I have seen some of the very fruitful debate, and I am so proud and thank each and every one of my delegates for the work and effort they put into this committee. From all the technical difficulties we experienced, to Russia watering their crops with boiling water, to having to log 16-page directives into our tracker, I can confidently say that this was truly an unforgettable experience. I would also like to thank both my chair, Sheetal, and my assistant director, Adi, who both put an immense amount of work to make JCC Block 1 what it was this weekend. Now, without further ado, awards. Awards were especially difficult to decide, and I wish I was able to give all of my delegates an award, but a few people stood out. With that being said, Best Position Paper goes to John Russell, Outstanding Delegate goes to John Frost, and Best Delegate goes to Pierre-Joseph Proudhon. I would once again like to thank all of my delegates for their participation over this weekend.
My name is Emily Chu, and I have had the absolute honor of serving as JCC Block 2's director for PACMUN 2021, alongside my wonderful chair, Tomas, and my amazing assistant director, Aditi. With the iconic line, "Don't worry, we're not going to invade Italy, we have already invaded Italy." Wait, can I? Yeah, sorry. Can I see? Okay. My name is Emily Chu, and I have the honor of serving as JCC Block 2's director for PACMUN 2021, alongside my wonderful chair, Tomas, and my amazing assistant director, Aditi. With the iconic line, "You're wrong, don't worry, we're not going to invade Italy, we've already invaded Italy," our Russian revolutionaries repeatedly getting exiled in a very, very competitive midnight crisis, JCC has been such a blast to staff. However, even as we are undoubtedly the funniest committee at PACMUN, JCC has also been filled with the most capable and knowledgeable delegates I've ever seen. This PACMUN's JCC delegates successfully adapted to a never-seen-before block format switch from ideological to geographical divisions and took our 77-page background guide in stride. Sorry about that. No, I'm not. Delegates grew so much over the course of committee, and I speak for my whole DICE team when I say that I learned so much from JCC. This PACMUN, we've changed history. The solutions and creativity in charters that we formed between revolutionaries and governments of European countries surpassed our expectations by far. Every one of you is an amazing delegate, and we're very proud of all you accomplished. With that being said, here are the awards. Best Position Paper, Alexander Herzin. Outstanding Delegate, Ruggero Settimo. And Best Delegate, Mikhail Bakunin. Thank you everyone for an unforgettable PACMUN experience. Great job, delegates.
Hello, my name is Eric Song, and I served as director for IPC. When I got the email confirming my position of director for the International Press Corps, I was ecstatic. I signed up to read and critique articles written by individuals in a rush. Something about the hastily written reporting enamors me. You only have so much time to include things, come up with sentence structures, set on a clear point of view before you're forced to come out with that final product for publishing. IPC journalists did not disappoint. They showed up motivated to take on this challenge, and despite some of the inevitable tech issues that we ran into, they never lost their drive. IPC journalists, I hope you all had a fun time, from receiving these blunt texts near the end of your respective committee to hearing deafening gavel crashes at approximately the 3-minute mark during your endlessly creative news crisis reports. Additionally, I would like to thank my assistant director for IPC, Olivia Zettel, Chair Evelyn Smith, and USG Ivan Maykov. Without their immensely valuable contributions, none of this would have been possible. It takes guts to be a journalist for IPC. There's really no other committee like it. All of you are amazing, and believe me, it was very, very hard to pick the standouts, but we did. The Best Position Paper goes to Russia Today. Honorable mention goes to The Washington Post. Outstanding Journalist goes to Agence France Presse. And Best Journalist goes to The New Yorker.
Hey there. What a weekend, guys. My name is Caleb Demser, and it has been my honor to serve as the Undersecretary General of Virtual Committees for PACMUN 2021. 9 months ago, I was sitting in my bed, bleeding and numb, just having come off of wisdom teeth surgery. Bandages around my head, I was on a Google Meets with Ivan Maykov and Maya NAIR when I should have been asleep and recovering. Instead, Ivan and I pestered Maya about PACMUN secretariat hiring and watched her shrug a lot and be very unhelpful with vague answers like, I don't know, you'll find out. Later that night, my Gmail got a little ping, and my hands began to quiver as I read the notification regarding your PACMUN 2021 Secretariat application from the dearest Kelsey Brayford. Dear Caleb, it said, Congratulations! The MUN Northwest Board of Directors would like to offer you the position of USG of Virtual Committees for PACMUN 2021. Virtual Committees? After my initial shock and joy, I was left wondering, what is the USG of Virtual Committees? Luckily, one of the Chiefs of Staff, Maya, was right there in the Google Meets to answer my question. Since then, being USG of Virtual Committees has meant a lot of things. Going through the whirlwind of staff hiring, playing Roblox at midnight, 8 staff meetings, some of which were virtual and some of which were in random parks in Redmond, paying $30 for Chipotle just to donate 2 cents to KingMun, filming an iCarly-themed internal introduction video, drinking a lot of carbonated water, and visiting Des Moines together, the one in Washington, no, not Idaho, or wherever it is. Traveling to Portland, Oregon, supporting Ivan after he got food poisoning in Russia, and so much more. There was a lot of tweets, a lot of quotes, and a lot of fun. Throughout all of this chaos, my wonderful virtual staff members have been one of the only things that have remained stable and dependable. Shrima and Agastya from the Disarmament and International Security Committee, thank you for your steadfast commitment to PACMUN and crafting an impeccable General Assembly experience for our virtual delegates. Zoya, Aisha, and Amish, thank you for the pizzazz that you bring to the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, Maya. Zoya, Aisha, and Amish, thank you for the pizzazz that you bring to the North Atlantic Treaty Organization and your adaptability as we moved your entire committee to in-person and it filled up in just under 2 days. Shout out to NATO delegates, by the way. Simran, Mariana, and Tanya, I'm so grateful that you guys embraced such a niche committee and made it into an exciting and educational experience for your delegates. Sorry it took me so long to film your crisis video. And finally, Sai, Sharon, and Isha, the resident specialized experts of the virtual committees. It has been incredibly satisfying to see you come out of your shells, especially when we started planning for Midnight Crisis. There were penguins invading the Falkland Islands, and work together to cultivate a fast-paced, thrilling crisis committee in which the energy was palpable through the screen. You have all made me so proud with your unproblematic nature, positive attitude, and consistent engagement. I hope that this PACMUN was as fun for you as it was for me, but definitely not as stressful though. Virtual delegates, I hope that you felt the spirit of PACMUN that Natalie so aptly described as alive during opening through your computer speakers and screens. Know that your DIAS members have put in hundreds and hundreds of hours of work to ensure that you guys had the perfect experience. Now, I will pass it off to my remarkable directors for awards.
Hello, my name is Shrima Narasimhan, and I have had the utmost pleasure of serving as the director of the Disarmament and International Security Committee, or DISAC, at PACMUN this year, alongside my passionate chair, Ann Lee, and stellar assistant director, Agastya Mangia. DISAC's virtual delegates joined us from all around the country to tackle the pressing issues of addressing the threats of cyber warfare and preventing the illicit arms trade in areas of conflict. This weekend, we saw countless points of inquiries, heated unmods, and one-way tickets to the moon for Kim Kardashian, Jeff Bezos, and the like. Despite being in a virtual setting, I say without doubt that DISAC's delegates exemplified collaboration throughout committee sessions and did an outstanding job of forming thorough and creative solutions to conserving world peace. We are so incredibly proud of all of our DISAC delegates, and we hope you took away something from PACMUN this weekend, whether that is making new friends, learning to accurately represent your country's stance, even if it doesn't agree with your own, to participating in your first crisis. Thank you to all delegates for contributing to an unforgettable PACMUN 2021 experience. We sincerely wish that we could have given out more awards. However, we would like to recognize a few delegates who especially stood out during committee. So, without further ado, the awards for DISAC are as follows. Best Position Paper goes to India. Outstanding Delegate goes to North Korea. And Best Delegate goes to China. Thank you all.
My name is Zoya Varani, and it has been my honor to serve as the director of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, or NATO, for PACMUN 2021 alongside my Girl Boss Chair, Aisha Patel, and my untiring Assistant Director, Amish Patra. This is my first time directing a committee as well as my last conference, and I could not have asked for a better and more supportive DIAS team. Our committee discussed the extremely pressing issue of the militarization of the Arctic, debating the environmental ramifications of icebreakers and complicated foreign affairs in the area. From the countless number of straw polls conducted to the committee's obsession with Russia, even though Russia is not a member of NATO, this group of delegates has impressed me with their passion, innovation, and inclusivity throughout the conference. We undoubtedly had one of the most unique crises, which ended in the obliteration of Slovakia's potato supply, Germany and the UK living underground, and many countries under the rule of the Cosmosarians. I am immensely proud of all that our committee accomplished, and I hope that all the delegates are too. Whether it was your first conference or if you are a seasoned delegate, it was truly very difficult to come to you.
Hello everyone, my name is Simran Ramal and I had the honor to staff the virtual Pacific Islands Forum Committee this weekend. To begin, I would first like to thank my efficient Assistant Director Tanya Bandari, as well as my diligent Chair, Mariana Joyce. You both are some of the kindest and most hardworking people I have ever met, and it has been a delight working with you. I applaud you for being able to manage all the obstacles we encountered this weekend and for making this conference so special. And to my delegates of PASIF, staffing this committee was a truly wonderful experience. It was incredible to see all of you thoroughly debate about the various factors of water and marine life conservation, as well as responses to natural disasters. I was amazed by your informative speeches, innovative solutions, and your effort to put all of your ideas out there, even though for some of you this was your first PACMAN experience. Despite the size of our committee, you all did a marvelous job keeping the debate lively and exciting with all of your continuous flow of ideas, especially during crisis. All of you have truly worked hard for this weekend, and I hope that you all were able to learn something new and make new friends. Although all of you are spectacular delegates, there were a few delegates that especially stood out to us during committee. So without further ado, here are the awards. The honorable mention goes to Niue, the outstanding delegate goes to Kiribati, and the best delegate goes to Solomon Islands. Thank you everyone for such an amazing PACMAN experience, and on behalf of my DIAS team, we all wish you a wonderful MUN journey.
Hello, my name is Sai Sinku, and it has been my honor to serve as the Director of the UK Cabinet, along with my wonderful Chair, Sharon O, and energetic Assistant Director, Isha Kalki. While our Cabinet may have been small, it was quite mighty. I was continually amazed by the insightful directives that the delegates passed, holding press conferences, engaging in elaborately planned military operations, or holding the first Mega Olympics between the Penguin Kingdom and the UK. Although you had unexpected roadblocks thrown in your way, you all did a great job of balancing diplomacy, espionage, and militaristic action to take back the Falkland Islands. Although we were a virtual committee, debate was always engaging and insightful, which of course is due to all your hard work. I am so proud of all of you, and I hope you all had fun and learned something new this weekend. Thank you all for an unforgettable PACMAN experience. Deciding awards was especially difficult as you all did a terrific job. However, without further ado, here are the awards. Best Delegate goes to Lord Carrington, and Best Position Paper goes to Willie Whitelaw.
It's been quite a whirlwind of a weekend. Delegates, you reached, stretched, and thrived in committee, and I couldn't be more impressed with the work you've done and the conclusions that you've reached. But before PACMAN ends, in the spirit of MUN, there are some sappy, sentimental thanks that I'd like to give. I will never be able to fully express my gratitude for every single person that has been a part of this PACMAN team. To staff, everyone has given their time and effort to this conference, infusing their personality and compassion into every paper, every meets call, and every action. PACMAN is literally built on the innovative delegate experiences that our staff creates. I have loved seeing your departmental TikToks, Slack bonding, and watching just your committees flourish. PACMAN is so lucky to have each one of you as part of its staff team. To the media interns, thank you for designing posts and taking conference pictures skillfully and beautifully. Our Instagram, @PACMAN21, is stunning because of you. To Henry Stell and the rest of the engineering team, I don't know how you rebuilt PACMAN's registration system in less than 2 weeks, notified at the drop of the hat, and I'm really sorry for making you do that. But thank you so much. Your work ethic is unreal. To Kelsey and Nils, Van and Shadi, our board members. Over the last 11 months, they have guided the Secretariat with their wisdom and patience and have guided us through every single challenge. Thank you for hiring me and believing me from the very start. When I hesitantly accepted my position as Secretary General, I was absolutely terrified that I was going to let down everyone around me. You four have armed me with the tools to succeed. Shadi gave her endless financial knowledge, Nils brought his cheerful care and flexibility, Van has constantly stayed up until all hours for every single meeting, and Kelsey has always been prepared with numbered lists of answers to our questions. Thank you so much for supporting us. And of course, to my lovely, lovely Secretariat. Where do I even begin? At my first ever Model UN conference, EduMUN 2018, I distinctly remember listening to the Secretariat's opening speeches, completely wowed. And I realized that these passionate students had not only put on a conference, but they had ended up doing it with all of their best friends. I knew instantly that I would do anything to be there. And in the 4 years of my MUN career, I have gotten to be part of a secretariat 4 different times. The experience has been so much more than the new delegate me could ever have hoped for, and it's truly because of all the friends I've made along the way. Maya enthusiastically ends every weekly update with an exponential amount of extra, extra, extra smiles, and she is just as capable as she is kind and loving. Kellen never fails to amaze me with his endless, "Oh, I know a guys," and his unfailing ability to calm anyone down with a conversation. My chiefs of staff are an unstoppable dynamic duo, and they have led internal seamlessly from the start. As for my Director General, Isabella, she's just perhaps the most skillful and skilled logistical nightmare wrangler that I know. I have come to her with handfuls of stressful stuff, and it will all be sorted into immaculately organized spreadsheets within hours. Her drive and her pet birds chirping has brightened up every weekly secretariat call. MINA has the best taste in music from this entire secretariat, hands down, and her bubbly excitement and earnestness has been invaluable. I want to be as assertive and capable in every crisis as she always is. Harshita is beyond organized and independent. She is so dependable. Seeing her outreach emails pour into my inbox has become part of my weekly routine, honestly. She has the best attitude, and her cheeriness brightens up everyone. And Marjan is just so caring. If you need support for interviews, deliverables, or name card stuffing, she's there in an instant. Every check-in that she has done for SEC, staff, and board has been done out of a place of true compassion. Henry is the undisputed king of the candygrams. Selfless and deadpan, he makes budget meetings much more entertaining to be in, and his dedication is admirable. Ivan is knowledgeable on so many topics, on so many different ways, and he is more than glad to drop everything just to teach you how to mail merge a lot of things on WORD. He's the perfect person to handle the spice of specialized. Nicole is truly beyond impressive, really. She has run delegate affairs single-handedly, which is very historically significant for PAC-MUN, and she's just done it with such grace and patience. She's a constant force of practicality, and I wouldn't want a team without her strongly held folder design opinions. And then there's Caleb, our only junior, who will frame you perfectly for every video, including this one, and also pose himself perfectly for a memeable photo. He is detail-oriented, talented in every way, and absolutely brilliant. They have all given me spreadsheet skills, college advice, hex codes, snarky layers of running jokes, vibrant stories, leadership, and confidence. But words will always fail to describe how much I have appreciated and enjoyed every single minute that I've gone to work with this secretariat. I love these people with all that I am. And delegates, you can do this too. If you're interested, apply for staff and apply for secretariat. You don't need awards or industry experience to be qualified. You just need passion and drive. We're all not just like high and mighty or something like that. We're simply high schoolers who still have to go back to school the next day and catch up on our homework. We just got roped into MUN, and we all chose to stay. The MUN community welcomed me with open arms, and now I'm extending that same offer to you. But whether it's MUN or not, fiercely pursue what intrigues you. More often than not, you'll find a group of people to call home, and you'll come away with something unbelievably valuable. I can guarantee you that the world will be a better place because of it.